Well, guys, what a disgrace of a day. If you have any belief in governmental institutions, then I'm sorry, but I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know in which world you live. I don't know what you expect. I mean, the emails that were released today about the Hinman comments and this case are so outright degrading that I really don't know how else to put it. By the way, one thing that I haven't seen anybody talking about, the SEC removed this guy's biography from the SEC's website in the beginning of the month. So basically, they were already feeling that once these documents would be released, their case against XRP and Ripple would be completely destroyed. If there is any sort of justice left in our system, this is the time to see it. And this should be a great signal of hope for all the other coins that have been targeted recently by the same organization. Now, in the emails, you'll be able to see that not only was Hinman's, the former director of the SEC on the corporate finance side, engaging with Vitalik and Ethereum in order to understand if Ethereum was a security or not, and he actually considered not a security, but he was instructed to leave open to interpretation the definitions and the regulatory framework around crypto, with the sole purpose of actually going after certain coins in the future. So he is deliberately being vague, unclear, creating a whole lot of issues in order for what you see right now to happen in the future. Now, as I mentioned to you, I do not own any coins targeted by the SEC. I mean, just look at the chart. You see what these guys have done to this coin. I mean, I really struggle and I understand the issues of the community. And believe me, I would love you to have your day in the sun once again. Believe me. And this would be a great victory, not just for yourself, but for the whole world of crypto. And I do believe that it will have other repercussions in the future. Let's be honest at the same time. If there's a coin that has some potential to be declared a security, is exactly this one. And if the SEC fails to do so, well, then all the other coins are pretty much, almost guaranteed not to be a security. Now, all of this is alleged, of course, in the sense that I'm just reading the information that is out. But I would say that this is such a disgraceful attitude. These are supposed to be the people that protect you, see? To be encouraged to be vague, as vague as possible. It just sickens me. I mean, it's just, look, I mentioned this yesterday, we've had other regulatory bodies in other jurisdictions than the US that ended up causing the financial capital of the world to move from London at the time to New York. I think we are seeing the next shift created by these guys. I think the New York and the US will stop, or maybe not stop completely being the financial capital of the world, but maybe it will move to other pools in the world. Now, regarding the broader cycle, notice that Bitcoin, in the middle of all this news, it's holding actually fairly well. Now, compare and contrast with the FTX collapse and all of these situations back in October 2022 to now. This is what I mean by the recovery year. You will have events, you will have news, you will have situations that will bring the crypto market down. However, the tendency will be to go up higher to higher levels versus what we decrease. And these are the entire potential. If this would have happened in 2022, I am convinced that you would probably have seen Bitcoin 11, 10,000, and you would have your typical 85% drop from the top, which happens in every single cycle. But I do believe they printed so much money that the bottom is in at 15K. I think there's still some possibility to go to 22 to 24K. Although as we approach the Bitcoin halving, this will be less and less likely. I mean, as I mentioned, this is not financial advice, but this is just my opinion based on the analysis of previous cycles and the typical track record around this time of the this part of the cycle. But this should what I'm trying to say is that this should show all of you. These are the people who are here to protect you. Think about it. They are not here to protect you. They are here to serve themselves and their masters. And guess what? You're not part of them. So I understand. In my opinion, the crypto community is smart enough to know all about this. However, if there are still people dreaming about the level of integrity of these people, just read a few of the highlights. You don't even need to read the whole thing. Just read a few of the highlights and see how how honest these people really are. I'll come back a bit later. Of course, CPI is out. Everyone knows about it. Markets seem to moving slightly to the upside, but not major moves. We've seen a bit of volatility here and there, as I mentioned, but as I said yesterday, unless we would see a major surprise or shift in the CPI, we would probably have a fairly subdued reaction, which is exactly what we're having. And I will talk a bit later about it. But in any case, if you have a bit of time, go read these documents. Go see exactly who these people are and what they've done. Take 10 minutes of your time, because forget crypto. Let's forget about crypto. If these people have this kind of behavior around an asset class that at the time was not even $700 billion worth, just imagine what kind of things these guys must do in the other asset classes. Just think about it. See you later.